Hi, boys and girls. Here with another story for you about Christina Katerina and the time she quit the family. Have you ever been so angry with all the people that you live with that you just wanted to quit, give up? Well, in this story, that's exactly what Christina Katerina did. And when you feel like that, I know I have felt like that, I hope that you take just a minute to think it out and maybe ask the people that you live with for a little bit of time alone before you say something or do something that might hurt somebody else. Sometimes we all just need a little bit of time alone. Christina Katerina and the time she quit the family. Written by Patricia Gauch and illustrated by Alyson Primavera. Christina Katerina. There she is. It was 9:15 and a perfectly good Saturday when Christina Katerina quit the family. Always before, she had liked her family. She liked her mother, even though she nagged a little. Don't lick your fingers, dear. Please, honey, don't hum. She liked her father, even though he grumped. I need quiet, Christina. No, you can't wear my shoes. And she even liked her little brother John, who followed her around too much, into the linen closet, all around the bathtub. But on that perfectly good Saturday at 9:15, John and 3 friends landed in her room, attacking her bears with laser beams, and captured her chair. Her father came in with his fingers in his ears shouting, This time, Christina, you've gone too far. Her mother ran in behind him shouting, This room looks like a war. And nobody even knocked. So when her mother said, Christina, you can't just do whatever you please when you're a part of a family, Christina Katerina quit the family because doing whatever she pleased sounded just fine to her. Call me Agnes, she said. Her mother said, all right. Agnes, call me Mildred. You go your way, and we'll go ours. And Agnes and Mildred divided the house. Agnes got the left side of the sink, 1 pile of clean dishes, 1/4 of the living room, 3 hooks in the hallway, her bedroom, and parts of other rooms here and there. Mildred and the family got the right side of the sink, the cupboard, 3/4 of the living room, and the rest of the other rooms here and there. When they were done dividing, Mildred said, Goodbye, and have a good time. Agnes hardly knew where to start. That night, she made a peanut butter and potato chip sandwich for supper, and she ate it under the table with 3 bears and a hippopotamus who never once said, Don't lick your fingers, or please don't hum. And she left her crusts, all of them. On Saturday, she ate under the table whatever she pleased, and she turned 1/4 of the living room into a circus. She used the chairs to cage her gorillas. She tamed the lion in the fireplace and didn't put anything at all away when she changed her mind and decided to play train. It saved her all sorts of time. On Monday, she ate under the table, whatever she pleased. She played in one corner of the living room, and she wore exactly what she wished to school. Her silky blue flouncy dress. She fixed her hair especially to match, in sweeps with curls on the top. And when she couldn't find 2 blue striped socks to match, she wore 1 yellow one. Everything was going just right. Tuesday, Agnes even had a bath, alone. She filled the tub with water up to her chin, and she made bubbly towers and horses and hats, and she just floated there until her fingers got warm and wrinkly. No one followed her around the tub. She didn't miss anyone at all. Not even on Wednesday. That day, after she'd eaten what she pleased and played where she pleased and dressed as she pleased, she and her orphans decided to stay up all night. They planned to escape the cruel Miss Schnitzenbach's orphanage on the stroke of 12. But on the stroke of 11, they ran into a something. It was near the stairs, and it appeared to move. Agnes would have liked to have asked Mildred about it, only Mildred was asleep, and so was Father, and so was John. But Agnes very suddenly got sleepy anyway, and she disappeared before the stroke of 12. True, on Thursday, John was standing right there when Agnes was creating her surprise souffle. It might have helped if, while she was stirring eggs and ginger ale, he had handed her the pepper or the apples. She might not have had to reach for them, and tripped on the broom and broken the bowl and knocked over the garbage and accidentally let the dog out. "I don't know any Agnes," John said. And it might have been pleasant on Friday to have found just 1 clean dish in the Agnes pile, or shared a piece of the chocolate cake on the Mildred side of the sink, or had someone to help her wind her yarn in the 1 corner of the living room. The chair was quiet, but it was no help at all, and no one even noticed. On Friday, she decided she would be Agnes forever. It was at bedtime. The others were in John's room laughing and eating the Mildred side chocolate cake and telling stories, nice and loud at the beginning and in whispers at the end. Not that Agnes heard them. She was far too busy tucking herself in. The bears were no help. Neither was the hippopotamus. If she kept one arm out to tuck with, that arm got cold. If she kneeled and pulled the blanket over her head, she couldn't breathe. Finally, she rolled first to this side and then to that, and it worked. "Perfectly tucked," she said right out loud. "I certainly don't need anyone around here," she went on. "That's for sure," she added. "Nothing better than doing whatever I please." But there was silence. That was the exact moment when she finally shouted, "I'm going to be Agnes forever!" And she would have, except for poor Mildred. She knocked on the door and tiptoed in, Agnes, she said, could you please eat this end piece of cake? Everyone else hates so much frosting. After all, Mildred did say please. And Agnes, would you tell John a story? He only wants a blood-curdling one. It was true. No one could curdle blood like she could. And then, Agnes, dear, would you please keep your father company? It's been so quiet, he hasn't been able to work. Keeping her father company was always what she did best. That night, after she had finished off the cake, told John a blood-curdling story, and kept her father good company, she finally crawled back into bed, with a little help, tucked herself in. A few moments later, Mildred called from down the hall. "Good night, Agnes," she said. "Call me Christina," she shouted back. "Call me Mother, Christina," Mildred shouted back. And Christina did, because Christina liked doing what she pleased, and that's just what pleased her then. Sometimes when I feel kind of stressed and a little bit angry with the people that I live with, the people in my family, I go off and I either paint or draw or color, because that brings me some peace and a little bit of quiet, and it relaxes me, and it helps me think about how silly it really was, that thing that I was so angry about to begin with. So I have a few coloring pictures for you today. These are some that I drew, and I'm going to hold them up here. I don't know if Mom and Dad could maybe snap them and print them off. That one's an ostrich. This one's a frog. They're just kind of fun, simple coloring pictures. I'll also scan them and post them at the end of this on Facebook. Sometimes if you just color, you feel so much better. That was a ladybug. Here's kind of a silly looking caterpillar. I think I'm going to write a book someday, and these might be some of the pictures that I put in it. This one is a whale. Have to think about a story that goes with all of those animals. Until next time, stay safe, try to stay happy, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.